Hello there everyone, this is iMark3 and welcome back to our eternal efforts to spread beauty across the stars, yes. For all shall become one, all shall become true, all shall become pristine in the form that is Horatio. I think I enjoyed hamming it up a bit as Horatio a bit too much there, but we kind of get the point. Horatio is love, life, death, hunger, sadness, science, progress, everything and anything. All the vast multitudes of the universe can be found within Horatio. Yes. Welcome back, though. I don't know why this series has switched into a bi-weekly one, but I'm going to try and keep this thing back up, and I want this game to continue so we can continue. We can continue to spread love and joy and peace and happiness and sunshine and rainbows and unicorns and... Well, actually, Horatio doesn't have a horn. Is Horatio a unicorn? Does Horatio's elongated skeletal structure backwards, which reminded some people of aliens, is that actually a backwards horn? And so Horatio is truly the most magical of beings? Ah, a new eternal truth about Horatio is born. Haha! Right, let's continue, shall we? We do have some things to be setting in motion here after all. Something I have done very quickly is I've sent off the little scout saying that, well, that's not a little scout. This is the ship that wants to arrive at a place with a population room for the Horatio on board to land, which is one that's all the way around here. Here we go, Good Life. There's these guys with 3 population slots. Unfortunately, it seems like they have to arrive rather than just be in orbit of a place which has that. So I sent them off to come back over here next turn, and next turn population growth will have done the thing, but we'll also have this planet colonized next turn as well. So there is that going on here. I'll also, though, I'll queue up some extra beautifiers very quickly because we're going to need them. In 4 turns I'll have 5 beautifiers. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, we'll spread the beauty. And that's because we've got a situation we've got going on with red. Red's pushing into the area that is quote-unquote mine. Potentially brewing with orange up here, because I have spread into territory that is quote-unquote theirs, but is actually not, as I'll get onto in a moment. My concern is these systems all down here, which are all completely neutral and unclaimed, which I want to get for continuity's sake. I mean, I have a direct line from Procyon to Virac in terms of transit, but I don't want these guys being claimed by someone else. Not if I can help it. Also, Muses, because we finally liberated that, and Dorado we're going to take over anyway in a couple of turns. We've also got Lupus and Izar. This episode's all about staking dominion over what is rightfully Horatio's. Also, Kais keeps annoying me. I think I might actually abandon Kais this episode if I feel like the need to. Kais just isn't really contributing much, to be entirely honest with you. It's a poor system, flat out, but I'll only probably do that if my empire starts to get unhappy about something. I don't know. Anyway, let us go ahead and advance, because I think the only thing left is... Yep, it's this scout up here. Interesting side note, by the way. I don't have sense of view over here, but because I've explored it, so the fog of war is slightly lifted, I can see there's an influence bubble here, which means I know there's a system of some kind here, because it must be colonized and it's generating influence for the area of influence to have that shape. So, yeah, a strange little thing about exploration there. We have discovered the planet of Bilgeli. Ah, the planet of jellied fruit in the fridge. Okay. A hospital. Wow. A hospitable, if dry planet, rich in natural resources. Bilgeli has served as the base for endless research stations that were built in orbit. One of them in particular, Latum, has a fairly legitimate claim as being the first place in endless history where the science of virtualization was perfected. For better or worse, this fact has given it an important role in the mythos of the endless civilization. And of course, it's actually the one that I was saying is there due to influence ring. Bilgeli. And there's the actual station right there, as I said. It's one of the... This game does like to portray its planets quite nicely. Though you can also see it's pretty high dust and science and some influence and a bit of food because it's a savannah. That is actually a pretty powerful planet apart from the fact it's a small one. Now, if Horatio had control over that, remember we get a +1 basic population slot to all planets, so Horatio could make better use of that than the humans could. Thoughts for the future, very much so. But let us proceed and continue to explore down this bit here. There's not going to be much, I think, probably just a bit around here and then that's it, because this is where the linking point is. But we'll have to see how that goes. That said, though, we do actually have a comment from last time as we continue discussion about signals from space. Happy Aether said on last time. About the clearly artificial looking signal from other planets, I've heard about that too, or at least I remember hearing about something similar. I don't remember the detail about it being LED lights. Yeah, I remember that very specifically because it was like the thing that made it seem like it was artificial in origin. Happy Aether continues. If you think about it, for us to see the light from this far away, the source must have been massive, like brighter than a planet's reflective light kind of bright. I doubt any alien civilization would aim what's essentially a huge laser array at random stars in the sky. You say that, but we've been aiming like communication dishes and things at the sky for absolutely years at this point. Also, who said it has to be a single emission point? Because remember, at night we can see the lights from our cities in space, just because there's so many collective weak lights in one concentrated area. So it might be that kind of situation as well, which can condense things so much. And LED lights are growing more and more prevalent for us as well, like street lights, cars. LEDs, just because they're so much more efficient than broad spectrum older style lights. That's why LED lights are just spreading more and more, and it's also why it seems like a more artificial constraint. Just a lack of clutter of other spectrum bands that produces normal white light, I guess. Let's see, Razum has been hacked. Razum is you over there. I was using you as a gateway, so we'll create a backdoor as a jump-off point, as well as boosting local hacking speed, and then continue because, well, I want to get a hacking trail up here. If as I recall, it's been a while since I started that because of long-term hacks, so there was nothing nearby to launch from. But the problem is if you hack through occupied systems, they tend to start backtracking that and then start doing silly things like shut down your hacking operations. So, you know, weird little things like that. Aliens are a bit strange, honestly. We are due to over budget. You are currently sourcing a hack, yes. You are not sourcing a hack, you are done. So I actually want to remove you, yes. Shut things down. We are good. Again, I keep thinking of the Umbral Choir, where the Umbral Choir actually got really good hacking strength. Normal empires don't get as much, and it's actually a bit of a pain sometimes to have multiple things running. You have an aggressive booster on you because you are using a waypoint. Yep, you're fine. I would ideally like to actually put an aggressive booster on Ransom, but I don't think I've got the capacity for it. I do not. I need 15, I've only got 10. Curse you, lacked information warfare capacity! Speaking of lack of information, the ground battle. Okay, let's see. I want to throw as much as I can into this. I don't care about casualties. Don't worry, they are all Horatio. Horatio understands that Horatio's needs must be met, so a 3-to-1 advantage is going to be going on. Fight. Yeah, I think we got a slight advantage here. Anyway, continuing on then. Another signal I heard about was quite a few years ago. It received a constant repeating signal with great regularity for an amount of time. I can't remember if it was 20 minutes or 20 days. I just said it was 20 something. I think if I recall correctly it was 20 days. They eventually concluded the source was a neutral star or magnetar with a slightly irregular spin. It basically just happened to point in our general direction for a while and then never again. More likely it will cycle around 2 pointers again, probably just don't know when, because those things tend to be cyclic. If it can spin to us once, it can spin to us again, it's just we don't know the time frame, honestly. So that's going to have to be something there, and yes, we got that fight done. We weren't hurt too badly. And we've also got a new competitive quest starting. Build 3 gamma analysis platforms. Planetary improvements give scientific bonuses, especially on large and huge. Have I even got the tech for that? I don't even know. Anyway, yeah, I'm starting bouncing back and forth, but Happy Ever's actually had a lot to say in these, and I've been quite digging into the discussions going on with the comments on the Endless Space videos. Right, the quest is: while your navigators wise enough to maintain distance from terrific gravitational forces of the neutron star, it appears another was not so lucky. You receive weak signals from an ancient buoy, indicating a virtual endless is imprisoned on the powerful magnetic fields in this astronomical anomaly. Oh. First off, whoops. Second off, a virtual endless is imprisoned. Okay. The buoy transmits with its distress signals a series of plans for massive platforms of scientific research. If you build enough of these on your planets, they will automatically coordinate to trigger a disruption of the neutron star's field and free the trapped virtual. While this sounds great, it appears that the virtual has also used your comm system and its knowledge of the galaxy to beam the same message to every other faction in the galaxy. Okay, so this virtual endless, at the moment it got contact with someone outside of his prison, has committed the felony of grand spammage and sent lengthy technical documents to everybody's inboxes. Good job, virtual endless. Build 3 of those to trigger a hyperspace anomaly and free the virtual endless from the gravitational pull of the star. First one to do this gets a hero, which is well, ecologist. That means it's automatically mine. Looks like a more fleet-oriented one. That one. 14 and 10, both 6 and 7, but it's also level 12, so quite advanced actually. Would be a boon if I get that. Cool. Also, decisive victory. Oh look, our 3-to-1 assault has kind of pulled it off. Got some free antimatter. Where did the pirates get antimatter from? You know, it's probably better not to question these things. Right, done. Donezo, we got that, and because it was a pirate layer, it has now been removed, and Dorado is ours. Haha! And we also got a system relic, because when a pirate layer gets gutted, we get a system relic, and then that is something that lasts there. The conflict resulted in 303 casualties. Well, if we have a look-see, it should be around here somewhere. I'm not sure where it is, honestly. Mind you, it was on this planet, wasn't it? I think, yeah, it was this one. But I'm not entirely sure what. But that 26 production is quite nice. I'll have to have a look later if I can, but I just don't have access. Oh, wait, no. Is that it? No, that's just unknown stuff. Never mind. Never mind. Don't mind me. I know what I'm doing. Of course I do. as this guy just turns around. Right. Let us continue, though, because we do have more comments and things. Next stage of the comments. About lightspeed problems for signals. Yeah, that's indeed a bit of a problem. If something big happened to a neighbouring solar system, we would only notice it years after it happened, if at all. There is also the issue of signal degradation of electromagnetic signals over vast distances. Interference due to natural signal sources on the way, and the ever-present background radiation, which, if we recall more recent discoveries by Voyager, is actually a lot more intense outside the protection of the solar systems than we expected, actually. So that it would also be a slight problem there. As empty as its insular void looks, there is still stuff in it. Sorry, I skipped a part of the planet. Part of the comment. Ever-present background radiation. There could even be some rogue planetoids flying through space to interrupt parts of it, as well as insular void looks. There's still stuff in it. Just a few light years of distance are enough to garble most signals, and they are not very strong, and such a strong signal would just be a huge waste of resources. Yeah, which makes me think if it was an artificial signal, it's probably an accident, much like our light pollution from cities was, in general, an accident. So it could be. So I think it wouldn't truly sense any communication until we have means of FTL communication in some form. Sorry, I'm bouncing back and forth because I want to progress the game as well. Also, you've leveled up. I'm going to leave you alone still 5. What do I even have you doing? Five is... Oh yeah, 5 is sitting around on Quorum, but I'm leveling him because he wants to be a fleet hero. That's right. Horatio and Othero has exploded. Very good. Mergers has exploded. That's not as good because remember we are trying to get... Well, actually we have plenty of population slots right now at least, so that's going to help. And this ship should be good when it gets there at the end of this turn. You've leveled up. Okay, do we want anything on the higher tiers for you? You are a System 1. Continue boosting that one. More food. Because we're ecologists, it's what we do. Oh. And there we go. As you can see, they are starting to get influence on these local areas. So that's kind of why we want to try and get that rolling too. Because unless we lock down our influence in some way over these guys, other factions will start to continue to talk to them and be nice to them, and then, you know, just take them over eventually, that kind of stuff. And we lose any bonuses and resources output, stuff like that. So we do kind of want to pay attention to these guys a bit, or as best we can. Like, these guys currently don't have an active boost. I will spend slightly to get that rolling again. You're good. Though this one we have just been overtaken by the AI, of course. Oh no, we're not currently doing anything. No, wait, yes we are. I'm not entirely sure what's going there, but that is on the far edge of what I'm interested in anyway. Let's continue though. I do kind of want to figure out what's going on. Everything's chaining okay there. I should probably figure out what I can do with Lupus and Izar to get them on side. So, assimilates by providing assistance. Prophecy of Doom. I don't know. Generate 417 science per turn in one system within 7 turns. I might be able to do that. Might be a bit of a stretch for me. I think I've got this one okay. Right, might as well, let's read it though, because that's why I'm doing this as well. It might seem quaint or even childish to you, but the Calgos hold a deep belief that a great catastrophes will soon to wreak havoc on their homeworld. The nature of this coming catastrophe is unclear, and they refuse to enter into any dialogue as to its origin. While they ask me to give them adequate engineering expertise, they might survive the catastrophe in the vast subterranean halls that they want to build. It seems doubtful there's anything impending catastrophe, no signs of an asteroid collision, environmental collapse, or any other extinction level event. Providing them with the necessary knowledge to construct shelters, however, is a small price to pay for their allegiance. 417. Quorum, you're a science one, right? Oh, actually, 360. Retho? 255. 205. This one might actually be scaled. What's Mergers doing? 140. Oh, wow. Okay. 417. That one was scaled to my resources. Okay, sure. I mean, Quorum, what can you do? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 5, that's 30 more. Sorry, 42 more, because there's also a flat +2 and the +5. 42. In fact, just building that will probably go a long way towards sorting this out. So if I just put that up in the priority queue, that should actually more or less solve it. If I can build another science boosting thing will also help too. But this should be enough to kind of try and sort that out. Just like get this built over here. Okay, that's not too bad. Right, Izar, what do you want? A cry for help. Picked up signal 3 days ago, says the representative looking at the representative. May I? You wave a hand. Yes. The audio is distorted. An unholy wailing din can be heard from the background. Speakers' whispers words are clear. Something escaped from the labs and none of the others have come back. Their words suddenly become louder. Somebody has to help us, for all our sakes. The audio stops. How old is the signal, you ask? We have no idea, the Ambler says. The signal is of Ambler origin, but where it hails from is unclear. Whatever escaped from the labs should be no match for your experienced explorers, though. You just need to locate it. Okay, let's pin you so I actually know where I'm going with that one. It just says explore curiosities until we find it. Well, there are still curiosities around the place to find, so that's okay. I think we just need a exploration ship out here. Who's relatively free to do some construction? You are relatively free to do construction. I will tell you to get a exploration ship out. Have a couple of turns. That's okay. Okay. And then we just do that until we find it. That shouldn't be too bad. I don't think I'm ready to assist anyone else. Oh no, I can assist several guys actually. These guys I think I might want to actually. Shipbuilders, minus 10% ship cost on all systems. That would be a very good one to have. Especially since I'm thinking about warlike things coming up. So let's see. The problem is they're a bit further away from my territory at the moment. I can't help you because I've neglected on praising you guys. These guys are listening to someone else. Assist. Okay, this one doesn't seem to be as balanced towards my current systems. Maybe it should be a surprise. The family dynasty that currently controls the Nurse Empire are new money. Heading for a trio of photogenic celebrities sitting who accumulated much power a generation ago. Now the spoiled offspring wield the reins of power like they're running a glitzy game show rather than serious civilization. Oh dear, that's one of the things our civilization is kind of doing. Ugh. How predictive is this game? It does, however, reveal a chink in their diplomatic armour. An unhappy nearest attaché, suffering the family's vanities in an intrasolar office, assures you that if you rock up to their system in a suitably militarily pimped out vessel, wording, you'll gain their immediate respect and probably their loyalty too. The attaché hopes the assimilation of Nurse into your empire will eventually lead to a change of leadership. He really is that desperate. Oh dear. What I'm going to do sounds like a win-win situation. Get a lean, mean killing machine and bring it to some jumped-up Nurse dynasty in the process. 55 offensive power. How are my current ships? Where's my current war fleet? My current war fleet is actually sitting, I think it was somewhere nearby, unless I send it down this way. Where did I send my war fleet? Oh, there it is. Right. 55, you said. 318. I think I might have this one in the bag, honestly. I just have to get there in... What was it? I think these things are slightly out of order. Yeah, I just have to get it over there relatively quickly. That's okay. These guys are relatively fast. If I send you over, it will take 4 turns. That's okay. Warfleet, go! Whoosh! To the rescue. And or domination, something or other. I don't know. Okay, so my military fleet is popping up here quickly to deal with that. Kais, which is one I'm actually quite interested in getting. If I assist you... Happy days! Been a difficult few years for the Mavros. Civil wars, natural disasters, industrial decline has led to planet-wide feelings of melancholy among the population. Another problem we're currently having. Nice. Walking through the capital city, the place is quiet and subdued. A lone Mavros approaches, but your guards block the way. If you'll permit me, Your Excellency. You nod. The guards stand aside. Mavros joins your side. You walk together. You're leader of a mighty empire, are you not? And you want us to join your empire, don't you? Perhaps. then you must do is show your people are content. You stop at the edge of a great plaza, but rather than the colourful life you might expect at the heart of the capital, you find shuttered stalls, watching eyes, and silence. My God, it really is our current civilization. Wow. A deep and strong happiness is what Mavros seek most. Show us that, and our masters will elect you to join you. Trust me, I know. The Mavros slips away. Later discussion with Mavros leadership, together with analysis by your top xenopsychologist, suggests the stranger spoke the truth. Keep your people content, and the Mavros will join you. Reach 70 happiness in your empire and maintain it for 5 turns. Reach 70. Reach 70. Right. Okay, sure. I should have done this long ago. Right, Akmar, what do you want? The Ilio. You are Behemoth or plus 40 influence production per Behemoth class ship I own. That is actually quite tasty. If I assist you. Oh, it's another one for my super yacht is bigger than yours. Just bring in, again, 55 offense. Well, my fleet's already heading that way. You know, it's going to be fine. Sure. What is with these requests, darn it? Right, Remor. You guys are groupthink. Peace and alliance generate extra influence. I'm actually not massively into that one. I mean, I can see what they want. Prophecy of Doom, again. I think the assimilation assist quest depends on the overall what kind of civilization they are, like ecologist, industrialist, militarist, stuff like that. So that has a big influence, and that's why I've got several multiples there. But also the fact I'm asking like a whole bunch of them at the same time, what it'll take for them to join me. So, you know, the thing is they'll wait a little bit and then they'll say they can't, or they might get assimilated by someone else in the meantime. So this isn't an infinite time thing. It is something that needs attention in a relatively quick manner, but we've got turns to do it, so we're okay. There are 2 Prophecy of Doom and 2 there. If I can get some kind of science boosting tech to help out, that would be good. I am currently working on science boosting tech. What are the odds? Right, we're fine. We're fine. I'm sorry, this game makes me laugh sometimes. Right. You are currently scouting. You are... Ooh, anomalies. Go that way, please. You are currently scouting. You have anomalies in system. That one was pulsing there. So I think something happened. Quantis Lenser. New event, dig deeper. The surface of the planet is tranquil, but quick scans reveal the ground under the surface is teeming with robots. Ooh. Diligently working to transform the barren wastes into fertile land. You have no idea who created them. It strikes you, however, that these robots could be put to good use on some of your less agriculturally inclined systems. Plus 5 food per population on barren worlds for 12 turns. Nice. More food. Even better. Also some virtual endless artifacts. Oh look. Yeah, the pulsing one was exactly what we needed. Okay. Entering into the lab complex, the expedition leaders report some grisly findings. Fluid trails, desiccated bodies, wholesale slaughter. The advanced state of decomposition and the victims suggest this happened long ago. Only the sealed environment preventing complete deterioration. Whatever or whoever did this is long gone. The instructions need to recover the dead and return to the Ambuleur. Though how the Ambuleur picked up a signal from all the way over here, the far side of the galaxy, and then did that, who knows. This system's variety of peculiar architectural landmarks, surrounded by examples of far more modern construction, evident of barely FTL civilization that was simulated by a more technologically advanced galactic empire. Though some of the traditional customs and ways of the Ambuleur persist, they've essentially adopted Horatio culture. So we've got a new relic which is tied to the fact I've just taken over this minor civilization. And we've got Izar now as one of ours. Where does it tell me about the thing? Friendly locals, rich soil. Not entirely sure. Oh, we've also unlocked extreme hell lasers. apparently. Keep going, guys. You're doing great. You're doing great. I'm not entirely sure where that marker is in the stats because it's not something I was as familiar with, honestly. So the fact we've got a new colony world, though, is also great. And I think I will just go ahead and give this thing... Yeah, it's lacking a lot of basic stuff, so let's go ahead and get things a bit more operational around here. Like, that one will be helpful for just dust. This one will also be useful early for food. It's got some stuff in here, though. So yeah, there we go. We've taken over our first minor civilization by accident more than anything else, but that's kind of how it goes sometimes. Anyway, let's get back to Happy Ava's comment, because we still got a couple more bits to go. I do love these long comments. I'm just breaking it up with a bit of gameplay. So, continuing onwards. That reminds me, I read a sci-fi story recently where the slowness of light was used for stealthy information gathering. I don't think I've seen it used that way anywhere else. I think I've come across that a couple of times, but it makes sense as well. Plus, like, photons, often things like energy shields and things, it's like, the shield is a protective system, but the thing is, if light passes through it, then a laser could pass through it, because that's basically just weaponized photons. So, light is an interesting thing all of itself, and it's sometimes just hand-waved away, honestly. Continuing. Some colonies were destroyed by unknown aliens and left no survivors. The Human Alliance was fearing the worst. Then it sent a small scout fleet with extra-fine telescopes to a jump point a light month away and watched the fight happen in real time a month after it happened and gathered enough data to create countermeasures. The story wasn't good enough to remember, but the title has some of the ideas in it. I haven't seen any sci-fi stories since. I know where I've seen that before. The webcomic Schlock Mercenary actually has that happen at a point during the Great Pioneering Wars as one of its overall story arcs. Basically, dark matter beings that are trying to wipe out baryonic life because they were a threat to non-baryonic because of the FTL travel that we mere mortal creatures were using. Was flat out lethal to them. So, you know, there's a whole thing going on in that webcomic arc. But a super AI in control of the biggest power source in our galaxy built a massive telescope, basically equivalent in scale to the size of the galactic disk, to monitor events several million years after they had happened, while researching galactic history and prior events and trying to uncover what the hell was going on with some of the stuff in the storyline at that point. And also, they did that as well to another point to try and track down exo-worlds, which was people had taken stars, built a world around it, turned it into a self-contained world ship, and then left the galaxy to just orbit out in the depths of dark space, as rather than be in the local neighborhood with like quasars, pulsars, supernovas, stuff like that. So, you know, because it's far out safer to leave the stellar nursery area and exist for multiple millions and billions of years with the power source of a single self-contained star, rather than, you know, be around here and potentially get wiped out by accident. So, you know, that's something Schlock Mercenary did. I'm sorry, Schlock Mercenary is a webcomic series I greatly liked, and I was rather sad when they had to end it for health concerns, but they had been updating a comic every day of the week, every week of the month, every month of the year, for about 12 years straight or something like that, so there was a lot of comics there. So, you know, Schlock Mercenary, look it up. It's pretty good if you're into webcomics. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, using the slowness of light. Honestly, I think to get faster communication, we need to do something that bypasses the speed of light entirely. So through some other medium or through some workaround like wormholes or the warp, stuff like that, you know. Honestly, one that might have an interesting effect that could do it, which I think we could do if we ever figure it out properly, is quantum pairing. By quantum pairing, I mean you have basically two atoms that are quantumly linked, so something that affects one is observable on the other, even after they are physically separated. I think that was something that they managed to replicate over a very short distance so far in testing. If it holds over intergalactic distances, like between solar systems, that I do not know, because there's a lot that could go wrong, and it's a long way until we get to that point. But the basic theory on a small scale looks like it works as far as modern science is concerned, so that's a potential route there. Yes, there is a bit rate, but then you just pair up more molecules to increase the total data throughput. So, you know, once we can scale that thing, if it works properly, that's a potential thing. But yeah, that's it for the sci-fi / science future / real world part of the comments. There's one last little bit though, which is relevant to what I was saying earlier about like this cheeky little colony up here. The last part of Happy Haver's comment is about the question: if you go to war with the Red Empire, I think you should do something about their advances into your territory. Yeah, these guys are doing shady things. Problem is, they're completing so soon, and I have no ships nearby to really step in and blockade them or anything like that. That's the only real way I have to stop them from doing anything, is like blockade them. My combat fleet could have come from Dorado, but it's actually now tasked up here for more important things, so there's nothing in the vicinity. Unless I can build something super quick on Dursey. Can I build something super quick on Dursey? I could have done this last turn, actually, if I can. 1,500 dust. It would wipe out my dust reserve, more or less, to fast build a combat ship to do it. And it needs to be something armed. 7 turns. I will do that. And then it'll take a couple of turns to get down to Idris. I might be able to short stop Idris. But anyway, the other part of this bit. So, about the question of Good Wars, I think do something about the advances of territory, do not start war yet. It says you should focus on the Orange Empire, where you just established a cheeky colony, since that may become unpleasant soon. It may, depending on the influence rates, but there are things you can do to counteract influence override. Also, getting claimed by other people's influence, they actually need to research a specific technology before that becomes a factor. Until it does, your colony won't get culture flipped, using the civilization term for it. Though that said, the thing that's going on is, outside these borders, these are technically free space, which is why I can actually attack things in these sectors as well, without it being an act of war and aggression, because it's not their territory, mechanically wise. And, as I noted before, I've got a direct line of transit to the system, which doesn't pass through one of their systems, so technically, despite its proximity, this is not part of their territory yet. It's on the borders with Polaris over here. Oh, Polaris, that old network. Now I'm thinking about Total Biscuit. I miss that guy's content. Anyway, it's not technically, but it is very close, and that will cause some border friction, which is why it's a good thing I'm planning to ramp up my military. So, you know, we're going to start getting antagonistic a little bit towards neighbouring groups here before too long. Did I unlock that? I did unlock that. I could do that, though I will have a couple of turns of anarchy, which will throw a wrench in the works of several quests right now, so I don't want to do that. But yeah, that's it for the Happy Haver's comment. Thank you for the very long comment there. We wandered on to several subjects doing that, actually. So I do like it. But yeah, let's actually focus on getting a little more in terms of things going on. Production of several, extra food, gas, food, happiness. Maybe trying to get some happiness. I mean, the people we just integrated are these guys, the Ambuleur. We didn't get enough to actually do a merge on them, if you notice. Needs a population of 8. We got 5 of them flat out. What's their effect? If we splice them, +1 dust and food flat. That is actually nice that. I mean, the publicity happiness is also nice as well. It will help counteract the fact we're about to do a major system expansion. The other ones are mostly food or dust specifically. There's a few bits and pieces like splicing these mechanical robot guys would be nice as well. Again, don't ask how Horatio does this. Horatio just does this. I think I will, however, spend a bit of red sang here to boost these guys. And I'll also boost the Calticmar as well for some mushrooms. Yeah, so I really should have been doing this sooner. Just like spending a bit of resources to boost races' population rates so that I can get to the splicing quantities faster to improve the perfection of Horatio even more. Because, you know, we must do. But the fact we got Izar, though, on board is quite nice, as is. Don't really want you to be soils, though. What are you? You are... Actually, you're cold worlds, for the most part. Okay. Let's check our ships and roll the turn forward. We have got you up here. You discovered the lab that they somehow knew about. You're good. Looks like we mostly got the Galaxy Explorer. There's only a section around here and over here that really needs to be checked out at this point. You're doing okay. Oh, they are colonizing that, it looks like, but it looks like there's also something interesting going on there too. There is an anomaly in Oyera. Let's divert, get that, and then we'll follow this lane to its end. Just because I'm trying to pick up any and all curiosities I come across. Adamantium. Okay. Hey, there's a few extra nodes for me. Oh, nuggets, rather, I should probably say, because it's a resource. A few extra nuggets are just scooping off the ground off their planets. I'm sure you'll be fine. Now, boss, you have got for me a unit of Galvarans. Oh, look, it's the Borg. Except they're scientists. Deep connect. They are cybernetically augmented, but they have deep connections to the underground mines and resources. Cool, I hope you guys make it back. There is a pirate system in the way, but apart from that, there's not really any... Well, I don't have sensor coverage, so I don't know if there's anything else going on. That's the thing. Is there anything else locally that needs attention, though? That system is marked by pirates. I don't really care about that. I think you were coming down here to check out a few things, but there's nothing else really in the area that needs you. I don't think so. Kind of wondering where to send you, because there is an exploration ship already up there doing things, so I might be time to park this guy in the local area and just switch to monitoring. Yeah, because we will have a reason to have ships around all the place. Ah, okay, so this is one drawback of taking over these civilizations. You get their defense fleets. I have a bunch of shuttles now, which have 164 of offense, 194 defense, versus my 318 and 637s. Yeah, that's not super valuable. I could sell them for a couple of thousand dust, actually. Yeah, I'll do that. Yes, sell them. Bye-bye. Sell off your proud fleet, your heritage of your pre-Horatio days. It's fine. My fleets are not here right now, but I assure you they are perfectly capable of protecting you because they are, in fact, more powerful. That's how this works, right? Also, we've got you sitting around. I should assign you somewhere just to be getting experience, honestly. Actually, you know what? Let's send you to Izar. Sure, let's send you to Izar. You're not doing anything, so just go to Izar for the time being and get some experience. Thank you. Also, I'll tell you to colonize that world too. Right. Good. Whoa, good. I really should be more consistently recording this game. I really should. There we go. Okay, wave functions we have got access to, which gives us the optics labs, also more hacking stuff, and also colonizing ice worlds. Very good. And because of our science overrun, we just got Graviton research completed as well, which I accidentally clicked on, so I don't know where it is. Graviton, there's this one over here. This one completed. And this one completed. Yes. Wave function and Gravitons. Oh, Graviton was the one with the hacking. Wave function was giving me just like extra science and hacking. I know what I'm doing. Horatio always knows what he's doing. Power Academy is level 5. All new heroes start at level 5 at minimum. That's okay. You guys are up there. You are there, and this is my local jump-off point, so I will accept it. You are good. And now I can start hacking out of this area to get deeper into their territory. Also means I don't need you anymore. I mean, I think you're there just because I'm paranoid about the Umbral Choir being a thing, but there's no unknown empires, so I'll go ahead and cancel now. Let's see, you are over here doing things. I will accelerate because it is safer to do so. And these guys over here, I think, let us go ahead and get a hack line into Placidius. 3 turns. And again, accelerate because it is safer to do so. Off you go. Okay, right. A couple of things popped up there. First off, we actually finally got the good life popping. Achieved. Horatio has been brought to a system with 3 population slots available. 80 influence. Thank you. Horatio has been resettled where Horatio should be. You guys are now working on beautifiers. Very good. I've got 2 unspecialized worlds. That will not be allowed to stand. There we go. And it hasn't delayed any of the beautifiers at all because of how good the production is getting in this area. Very good, Murgas. You carry on. You are a fine foundry system. Most excellent. In fact, I should probably get my first behemoth. Graviton research completed. Yes. The other thing that happened was we found the homeworld of the Greys, which is all the way over here. Very good. Anything else you need to know about? Well, Durse completed that weapon. We will launch it immediately because it has urgent business down in Iridus, which will get there in 2 turns. That completes its 4. We will get there in time to intercept the Iridus colony. This one, though, is completed next turn. That is not something I can actually do anything about now. Such a shame, that. Such a shame. Oh, Aretha actually lost the population. Minus 420. Oh, it's because it's exporting a whole bunch of stuff. Also, I can now colonize that. I should just get that sorted out. But yeah, our food levels do fluctuate a bit based on colonization efforts going on. When there's a colony going on, then it depletes food levels, so populations do tend to go back and forth a bit. We established that very early on. Meantime, though, look at what Murgas is doing. Plus 5 population. Very good. So, Dominus, you are the one in charge of the production colony? Yes, you are. Let's see. Anything I can do to boost your production? Not especially, but I can do this one for a boost in influence rates. I'll do that. Thank you. This ship is the loss ratio. It is now there. I am going to... You've not got any advanced technology on you, have you? No, you can't. I can't even check you. Nope, just sell you. I don't want you. Go away. Very good. And... honestly, we do kind of want... Since we're getting to a bit of a war potential situation, I kind of want to pick these guys up sooner rather than later. I also queued up Behemoth Advanced technology over here because of the minus 3% science cost for researches that can grant. I'm not going to bother with the terraformation thing, honestly. So this one is the node analyzer for getting extra resources from places as well if I want to desperately get a source for it, but my expansion should take care of some of that. I've been glancing back and forth at my military tech tree though, because my military is honestly subpar at this point. I should probably do something about it. At the very least, I need something to improve my troop gain rates. Let's grab you. At this point, these are so cheap, I can just pick up a bunch of them without any kind of issue, honestly. Extra manpower capacity, extra manpower capacity. Let's get this one. Electromagnetic shields, reducing damage if I'm being sieged. Excuse me. Also, this one gets us tanks, so, you know, tanks are good. Jeez, my throat just suddenly clogged up. Right, tanks are good, though this one, tractable armaments. A transformative tool for strengthening ground defenses. Invention of sophisticated autonomous construction techniques allows battlefield ordnance to be manufactured on the fly. In this way, defenses can be constructed that are responsive to enemy composition and attack patterns, which makes defenses stronger, increases troop capacity, and also increases how much many troops can be deployed in an engagement when I'm on the defensive. So, you know, the technologies also have a lot of details here. I've just not been reading the technology descriptions in this one, or the most of the building or upgrade descriptions, just because if I did, then honestly we would be like 20 turns behind where we are at the moment, and I still feel like I'm being a bit slow. Maybe some other time. Lava vein grass, with good. This place is, well, it's got Mediterranean, it's got two mediums, and it's got a gas giant, which is a pure dust one. This could be an okay dust system in itself, but it's far, far outside my current expanses. But hey, some dust-focused population. Religious. Always welcome. Wait, no, I'm not the Budiani. No, religious is... Actually, is Horatio a religion? I mean, we all know Horatio is the one true god, so maybe? I don't know. Something to consider at least. Though I should also check in on Quorum, because we do want to try and boost this guy's scientific production if at all possible. 4 turns to get the optics lab operational. We can also get a plus 30 flats if we build a graviton, which is actually really cheap. 2 turns to that. 2 turns, 4 turns, 6 turns. We've got 6 turns to do it. I think we'll beat it in 4, because we've got ecstatic happiness going on, which will result in a plus 25%. In science, which is going to add another roughly 70 science, even before we get the gamma analysis platform online. So that is worth considering. Also, I need to put those elsewhere. I just remembered. Gamma analysis platform will take 6 turns. Mergers, of course, should make one, because, you know, Mergers is Mergers. Not exactly a science producer, but it's got a lot of big planets, so it will actually do quite well here. 3 turns for you. Good. Maybe Aretho? Aretho's actually one of the better science places. It's got... it's mostly medium worlds, actually. So I won't get anything special from this, just the plus 2. What about Coinus? 2 smalls and a huge. I don't exactly have much by way of massive systems. Let's be entirely honest here. Most of my density comes from actually population slots rather than anything else. Except Kais. Kais is just the one out there that I try to forget about. Let's be honest. Let's give the gamma analysis to... Well, actually, if I give it to Aretho, that's going to be 9 turns away. I don't want to do that. I want it to be faster. I guess I'll give it to this place. It will eventually give some boost, but not a massive thing. 6 turns. Yeah, I'll accept 6 turns, and that'll give me the 3 I need. Okay. We're all good. Actually, I remember, back when I started, there was one empire which had a massively higher score than everyone else's on turn 1. I believe, if I recall correctly, that was actually the Voltas, because, well, their colony ship actually counts as a big military thing. It's so yeah, that's probably why they had a big bump. I did originally think I had the key show in here, but you know, that's not too bad in and of itself. All fleets can move. Our combat fleet is absolutely booking it, getting over there. Good to see. Lost another population on our home system. That's okay. We have many beautifiers ready to roll, though of course we've got to remember that the whole crash that we had early on because of over-colonization, that was a thing. You know what? I should send this fleet over to Tarkin because there's an actually objective over there for me to check out. It's I don't know if it needs a military fleet though. That's the question mark. That inflation has increased prices on the market. Okay. Also, Merges is continuing to boom. It is now at maximum population. Good job, Merges. Also, you leveled up. What have we been focusing you in? You are... Yes, you are also focused on just ships. Let's do that to get you some extra damage, and you are done. You are here. You are going to... blockade the system. Oh no, you cannot develop anymore. What a shame. And that will last until they decide to send someone to do something about it, honestly. Let's get these beautifiers out here, because we do need to get these things out, staking my claims elsewhere. There's a ship over there. Cepheus is probably going to get picked up before too long. What are you? You are a scout ship. Yeah, so they are scouting. They're starting to reach these areas a little bit. Oh, hey, there's a 5 system there. Gas giants. Tiny. Tiny. Medium. Medium. It's a 5 system, but it's also not a very good 5 system. So I'm not super into that one unless it's got some odd stuff in it, which I want. Like this one's got access to antimatter, which I don't quite have yet, but I do have some other sources currently trying to be worked on. Though this would be more of a cheeky grab if I actually went... Oh, it's got endless artifacts. Do you? You do not. The fact you have endless artifacts actually makes you quite tempting. A scout vessel is currently in orbit. Oh, colonizers. Do I see I have 2 colonizers going that way? I do. I think. One of those... No, one of those is a food... Where did my other colonizer go? I could swear I had 3. Oh well, right. One of you is going to Merges. No, not Merges. Merges, you're going to Regulus. Yes. That. I know what I'm doing. If I say it often enough, it must be true. Hostile presences, colony. Okay, you are doing fun things over here. Geodonics and Hyperion. Not super interested in you either. Though we are finding the limits. I mean, that one, the fact that one's actually got Orichalcix is interesting. The fact that the Volters have been expanding this way a little bit. Oh, that's something I never actually mentioned about the Volters. The Volters actually do have a built-in limit to how fast they can spread to other systems, outside of like, you know, invading and conquering, that kind of stuff. And that is the fact that every time their mothership colonizes a place, it has a cooling off period where it's immobilized and supporting the new colony before it becomes available to do it again. And that does increase the more it colonizes. Also, each new colony, if I recall correctly, does also become more expensive to found as well for them. So they are geared more towards being a smaller place rather than a massive one. It's not a massive problem, but it is something that limits their overall growth rate compared to just building a massive fleet of colony ships and sending them here, there and everywhere like I've been doing. Go to Zosmos, yes, because there is an anomaly. And then there's an unknown down here, and then this area is pretty much mapped. You're going over here, hopefully that fleet decides to go somewhere else. And these guys are just exploring grey space at the moment. Actually, that was an interesting one, that blue one. It was you, what was it? And 12 rings. Okay, I just, as I clicked past, I noticed the planet was glowing blue. So I was wondering what it was. Quandrix reshielding. Oh, that's actually a good one to find. Support module. For each new phase of the space battle, the shield regains 2,000 hit points. It says on flotilla, so that's the entire combat group. That is actually a very powerful one for helping shields endure constant fire. Good to find. Also hydromel. Let's see. There's nothing unknown on Briar, but I will send the fleet there just because it needs to be. You're fine. And you're fine. Yeah, we discovered endless artifacts as a new resource. Very good, very good. How am I doing in regards to level 3? I need more shrooms. I need more mushrooms. You are not producing much of anything, are you? I'm looking at this, but it's barely producing anything, and I think it's because its subsidiary is only over on Krynos, which... Actually, where is Redzang produced? Redzang produced is there, but it's not getting much. It will probably produce some amanthoid as well. I think it's producing Redzang at the moment because Redzang is actually in 2 systems along the route. And I think that's how it works. So I need to route a trade link through systems that have other resources, if possible. Though how to get subsidiaries in here, I think you need to actually do an agreement with an empire to get a subsidiary to do that. Let's check real quick, shall we?
Welcome.
Hello.
Welcome.
I'm here to talk about...
always has time for its friends.
You see, they like me. They don't mind that cheeky little colony I've got going up. I'm here to talk about if I can steal some of your resources. I mean, if I can trade with you. Yes. Not seeing anything there. Okay, so... Flat out... No, that's my list there. No wonder. I think I would need to make some kind of trade agreement with them, which would need some kind of enhancement of peace or something like that. But we are currently Cold War, so yeah, declare all that peace, and then we can maybe do some more stuff with them. But yeah, also I don't want to declare peace with these guys. If I do that, I would no longer be blocking their outposts, and then that would be a thing. End of turn. We're all good. We're all good. We're all good. I'm not last anymore either, I'd like to point out. Okay, we've also got AI labour. Extra production, hot and sour. Convert all production into dust at 25%, and also colonise lava worlds. System is colonised on Procyon. Also, that one upgrade was enough. We just completed Prophecy of Doom. We've gained access to... That should give us two new systems as well, actually. Clearly proud, the Kalagos leads you around the vast underground complex. Huge artificial arches support ceilings of natural stone, while minerals glitter in the rock. Kalagos individuals come up and thank you profusely. They feel good that these people will soon be part of your empire. Yes, welcome Kalagos. Welcome to us. Yes, welcome. And then, because it's the same quest, got the same thing here. This is for the amoebas. Thank you. And a couple of new system relics have popped up. Okay. Academy reminds us that they want the goodies.
Speak quickly.
Oh no, they're reminding me that the rolls are about to be lost. Never mind. Still not quite sure where the system markers are. I'll have to figure that one out before next time, because you know, it's something that might be interesting to know about. But I now have an outpost in this area, which is quite nice. Seaborne drones, give me the level 2 upgrade to get you operating. You have transvines and you have adamantine, so I will also want you to get colonies operational as well. look at that though, minus 96. If I have a look at the build list, this is the other drawback of having these systems off the empires. They don't really specialize, they don't expand, and then when you get them, they've got a whole bunch of mid to high tier buildings already built because they don't care, they just build them. In my case though, that's that minus 96 to cash is actually kind of significant. We're only operating at plus 322 right now. Izar is nothing like as bad, but if we look at its list, again we see we've got some dust focused things, we've got some industry focused, we've got some science focused things. Those science focused things I actually want here, let's be entirely fair to that. We also picked up, where was it? Oh yeah, it was lupus. Yeah, we picked up lupus as well, which is also kind of science focused. Okay. Give you the basic stuff. Give you our civilisations focus on food. You'll be good. Red Sang, antimatter, which is missing a technology right now, but that's okay. Colonize, colonize, colonize. And then check out those two as well if I don't get a scout ship to you in time to sort that out. Also, a sudden boon in the form of selling off their defensive fleets, just because, you know, I don't want them. So, there you go. Sorted. And the Revealer has had a nasty encounter. Over there, yes, of course. That's fine, that's fine. And there we go, the super yacht completed. As your sleek attacking craft glides into Nurse's orbital port, bristling with weaponry, swarms of drone cams flit around your vessel. As predicted, you are prime time, and the toast of the Bratish leadership. Within a week, they are part of the fold. Thank you! Also, I did send 2 beautifiers, apparently. Retreat. Yes. You're good. Something else did pop up there. Where did I send those beautifiers? Oh wait, was that the beautifier group that went up this way? It was! Oh dear. That's not too bad, honestly. I went for Pravo because it's like, you know, interesting bit. But we do kind of want to get access to some of that other stuff. What was it again? It was Eden Incense and Blue Cap Mold I wanted for those. And this area has the Eden Incense in it. Now, why I sent the ships to Pravo and then didn't retask them is also a question. I want Pictor, which is a very cheeky one to get because it's right on their borders. So yeah, one of those to Pictor. The other one, is there another Eden system? I don't think there is. There is not. Lovely. Eden Incense might be a problem. Let's check my list, actually. How am I doing in terms of luxury production overall? 16 plus 3. Ionic crystals around this area, which we are not producing, actually. So getting an ionic crystals system will probably be good. What about Geonics? Geonics we are also not producing. That would be a useful system over here. Pegasus. Dust, science, production. It's mostly gas giants, which isn't the best. Corvus would also potentially be useful. It's got virtual artifacts, which are troop capacity focused things. Okay. Let's go for the more useful of the two in general, which actually Hadar's got a similar mix. What's Hadar? Frozen, no. You know what, I should just go get a Rigia, honestly. Because of its high dust, high science, and influence flat out. That would be a good one to get, a Rigia, though it might annoy the Volters, but well, I'm not letting that stop me so far, so I might as well, you know? Yeah, it was you. Okay, you go to Kochba, sure. And let's get back through at the end. 2 more beautifiers, very good. Lost a Horatio on Horatio again, that's fine. Horatio's Procyon is colonised. Let's get things rolling on Procyon. You are doing absolutely fine. Let's get your level 2 system up after that for a big food boost, and then honestly, Procyon is probably going to wind up being a scientific colony in general. Just because it's got some leaning towards it, but it's mostly industry worlds, which I don't exactly need so much. So I think I'll just get plus 10 per planet. And then I'll start thinking about maybe colonising. Also get an industrial zone just to get that rolling a little bit. You're good. System relics, okay. This battle, retreat from it, please. You survived. You're fine. Minor civilization discovered the Pilgrims. Hello. Born from a mix of dissident scientists and intellectuals unhappy with the authoritarian rule of the United Empire government, the United Empire is actually on the far side of the galaxy from this place. Pilgrim's true calling came when discovering a vast cache of endless artifacts in the Kuiper belt of an alien star system. Still living a semi-nomadic lifestyle, as they fled the Empire's retaliatory fleets, the Pilgrims developed a mystical fascination and reverence for the endless. Friends with the Sophons, they are a blend of educated scientists and tattooed mystics, and have dedicated themselves to finding the endless homeworld of Tor. Well, good luck with that one, I suppose. Anomalous science, plus 5 science per anomaly on all colonized planets. Huh. That is... If a planet has an anomaly, it generates plus 5 science flat. If you own the system, that's it. I'll say hi, I'll say hello. You are aligned with red, so... Wait, you're deep in blue territory. Why are you aligned with red? I don't know. But yeah, assimilated, assimilated, assimilated. Very good. Also, we are still overwhelmingly ecologists. Shocking no one, I am quite sure. Last thing is, of course, I need to go to... Not Caius, this is the Happy Days one. This one is Super Yachts, so if you just wander over there, please, we can get that system as well. Say hello to you. Basically, we've massively expanded our overall Empire's levels. I need to double check we're clear though. 97%. We are over our limits here a bit, and we're about to go even further over, but we're still above that 70 we need to get the Mavos on board. But I think Caius is actually on the verge of hurting us, so as my final action, Horatio has expanded, Horatio has claimed a lot more territory, but I will now, I think, go ahead and evacuate this world. As soon as I find the evacuate button. Where is the evacuate button? I'm pretty sure it wasn't the build menu, wasn't it? How do I evacuate the world? I think it is an entirely relevant question. I mean, I'm pretty sure... Maybe you can't do it if a system is beyond a certain scope. I don't know. I'll have to figure that one out later as well. Anyway, just keep on doing the ecologist thing. I guess you're here for the time being, but look, they're only at 31%. These guys are really backwater barbarians, aren't they? Ugh. Oh well. Empire Dursey is very unhappy with me at the moment. I don't remember how to do it. I've never really abandoned systems before. That's my other problem. So I'm not quite sure how to do it. But I will continue my checks because we've almost got things marked out. I'll finish my fleet movements for this turn and we will end the episode there. We have made significant strides in the glory that is Horatio. Also, I sent the wrong fleet over to there. Whoops. Never mind, they'll be there next turn anyway. Well, in 2 turns. Other fleet is this scout, which is currently doing nothing. I think just having it lingering around here and watching is probably the best thing. I'll just go and park it near this black hole. I'm sure it'll be perfectly safe. But yeah, let's end it there though. This has been Iron Mark 3. Thank you all very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Only made a couple of turns progress, but they have been very advantageous turns. Our grip on this quarter of the galaxy has significantly been enhanced. Also, I have multiple beautifiers waiting to launch. I should probably do that. One's going there, one's going up there. We need to get access to Ukhdar and Fatih, honestly, kind of now-ish. Just because human Empire scouts are reaching the area, so we kind of want to remove the risk of them trying to stake claims. There's also Nerod over here, which has access to Orichalcix. Maybe. Problem is, all these worlds aren't great, but I want to take them so the other empires can't, and then become a thorn in my side over the matter. So yeah, let's go ahead and fortify Fatia, I guess. Though the fact Dursay is being a bit unruly is a slight cause of concern. We might need to actually start worrying about happiness a little bit. But I'll give them a supermarket. People love supermarkets, right? Yeah. A supermarket solves everything, as well we know. But yeah, this has been Iron Mark 3. Thank you all very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Helps out me, helps the channel, give me those virtual headbutts like oh so crave. And we'll catch you all some other time. As technology is continuing apace, I think we want to get access to well, citadel specialization. Behemoths are going to come up in the next video, so I think just because of the timing of it. But we do want to get access to better craft in the form of our medium-scale ships as well. So I think that's going to be next on the research tree as well. Grab you, because you get better. Well, you get a specialized form of the behemoths and the Behemoth C3 Central, but we'll also get access to these guys because of the medium ship hulls, and also we get upgrades to our small ship hulls as well, which I honestly I was not really aware of, the fact that we get further upgrades to those, but hey, nice to see. What are you doing? You are... Oh, you've already arrived as a system I want to colonize. Should I? This system isn't massively a thing. I should hold off on that just for the time being. So yeah, I'll see you all later. Yes. No food for you. Actually, I never sent a colony ship down that way, did I? Actually, I never launched this scout ship up here, did I? Go to Lupus, help them out because so they don't have to bother researching it. And I'll retask you to actually head down to Idris so that we don't have to keep blockading that outpost. Yeah, do that.